everybody, and welcome back to My Nookers Kitchen. Today I am making another meal that is meant for 1 to 2 persons. This is going to be a very hearty meal for 1 person. You have things to go along with it. It's going to be good for 2 people. Again, if you completely double this recipe, and instead of putting it in a pint jar, you put it into a quart jar, it will be enough for 4 people. Could even go a little bit further than that, depending on, again, what you have going with it and how big of an appetite everybody has. So let's get to the ingredients. This is a cheesy ham and pea pasta meal. So I have 1 cup of cheese tortellini that I freeze dried. I wanted to make sure that it was shelf stable. I have I have 1/4 cup of instant milk. I have a 1/4 cup of powdered sour cream. I have 1½ tablespoons of ultra gel. If you want to substitute that with cornstarch, you would use 1 tablespoon. I have just under a 1/4 cup of the freeze-dried onions. I have a 1/4 cup of freeze-dried peas. I have about ½ cup of the freeze-dried ham. And in the end, I have a healthy ½ teaspoon of beef broth with a healthy ½ teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I am going to have to stuff every single bit of this into my pouch and close it up, and it will be ready to go. I would say on the shelf, this is good for at least a year. All of these things that we have in front of me here are very shelf stable if they're done correctly, if they're sealed, vacuum sealed and kept in a cooler, dark place. They're going to last a very long time. So in my pouches, they're going to last at least a year. But I would say, you want to use them probably in that time to really make the most of them. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all in the pouch. And after that, I'm going to put 3 cups of water to boil on the stove. When that water boils, I'm going to add the contents of my jar or pouch. I'm going to stir it, and I'm going to let it continue boiling at a low boil for about 15 to maybe 17, 18 minutes. I'm going to do this until basically the tortellini is to the desired tenderness and the ham is fully rehydrated and warm and tasty. And again, that should take about 15 to 17 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in the pouch tonight. I will be back to show it to you just before I dump it into the boiling water for cooking. Okay, so there it is in the bag. And a hint about putting things in mason jars or into pouches like this. You need to put the chunkier items in first. When you put the powder on the top, it's going to seem like it doesn't fit, but you shake it around a little bit. You get it really to flow down and fill in all the crevices between the meat and the pasta and stuff, and you'll see that it does fit. Let me just go ahead and get a close-up of that. So there it is. It's in my little pouch, my canning jar pouch. And like I said, this is going to be enough. So let me go ahead and get my water boiling, and I will bring you back to see how it's working or how it's going. Okay, so the water is boiling. I'm going to go ahead and put my ingredients in there, and I'm going to give it a stir. And then we'll just let it continue to boil for a while. And give it a few minutes. We'll be right back. So there we go. We are about, 5 minutes or so into cooking. It is still boiling. And I had to lower the heat down because I didn't want it boiling too fast. It would just get rid of all the liquid instead of, letting it incorporate into the food to rehydrate it. So I turned it down to low, or I'm sorry, to medium, just under medium. And I'm going to give this about another 12 to 15 minutes, and I will be back. And this is it. This is cheesy ham and pea pasta completely done. I had it in a saucepan, 2-quart saucepan. I was cooking it in. It did much better when I took it and I put it into a skillet. So I put it into my skillet, and within a couple of minutes it was perfect. It was really setting up the cream sauce and everything. It took nearly 20 minutes from beginning to end on the stove, so that was good, and it's quick. And I did add a dash more of the beef broth and a dash more of the Italian seasoning. Other than that, it's exactly as it was when I was putting it together over here into the pouch. Please subscribe, please share, like, thumbs up the video, and go ahead and make this. Let me know how it turned out for you, or if you had any variations, such as maybe putting some mushrooms in it or something. Anyhow, thanks for visiting My Nookers Kitchen. We'll see you next time.